Hello, wonderful world. This is DJ Spaderock, and I want to welcome you to my new podcast called My Movies and a Samich. That's right, it's called My Movies and Us, not a sandwich, and a sandwich. Yes, sir, that's how it's going down. This is a solo podcast where I give you my opinions and reviews on movies I've watched that are worthy to mention, and also movies that are not so much. And since I love good sandwiches, I will give you my favorite one each episode. I love eating a sandwich and watching movies. People love popcorn. Hey, I'm a sandwich guy. Hey, it is what it is. So stay tuned for what I got to offer. I'm pretty sure you're gonna love it. Sit back, relax, get your whiskey or your champagne or your wine, because it's going down. It's going down today and many more episodes. So check me out, DJ Spaderock. It's called My Movies and a Sandwich.
Come here!
All right, we're gonna get into this thing. Like I said, my name is DJ Spaderock. It's called My Movies and a Sandwich, and we are going to talk about some of the movies that I love. Let me just explain myself right off the bat. I love Lifetime movies. And I'm not talking about like Hallmark type movies, the happy family movies. I can't stand them shits. I might watch one or two a year. The reason I say that, I'm not a negative person, don't get me wrong, but for entertainment purposes, I like juiciness. I like a little romance with I cheated on my husband, and then I killed the boyfriend, and I killed the sister and the daddy. You know, I like the juiciness. Give me a little sex, a little somebody cheated, somebody betrayed somebody and killed somebody and then killed somebody else. And, you know, it's not all about killing, but I like the juiciness. That's why I started watching Lifetime movies probably in, around 2004. I was actually living by myself, and I used to work third shift. I did third shift at a convenience store, a truck stop actually. And I would come home, I don't know, 7:30 in the morning, and I would cut on. I had cable at that time, so I would cut on the cable channels, and you know, it would be on Life. I would cut it on, and it would be on Lifetime. The movie would just be starting, maybe I guess around 8 o'clock. And then I would start watching the movie while I'm making me some breakfast, or before I even breakfast, I would pop open a brew, smoke a joint. You know, that's how I did. I had to get my wine down before I ate and went to bed for the day where everybody else is going to work. And I started watching Lmn movies. And one of the first ones I actually saw was, it was called Monster. I forgot the lady's name. She was a serial killer chick. She started killing all the Johns. She was an escort, not an escort. She was a hooker, basically. And she started killing all the Johns after her mother tried to rape her or something like that. But anyway, that was one of the first ones I saw on that particular channel. And I was like, that's crazy. And I started watching more, and I would catch them around 8 o'clock. They would start coming on around 8 o'clock. It'll last to 10, you know, with the commercials and everything. And I started watching them, and I was like, wow, these movies are really good. You start seeing the crazy white girls. You know, back then it was pretty much mostly white people. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. I love everybody, but, you know, it's mostly white people. Just recently, in the last 20 years or so, they started putting more black people on there. But anyway, before I get to Tubi, that's my favorite. But I love Lifetime movies. The movies are usually, they'll start on Lifetime. They'll premiere like on Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. If you're into Lifetime, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not into it, then just keep scrolling. You don't have to listen to this podcast at all, because it'll probably be too boring for you, but we're going to make it funky anyway. But so anyway, I've been watching them over the years, and then since I've been with my wife, we kind of dedicate our Sundays. We'll get up, make breakfast, and we'll watch whatever's new. Being that we have Follow, big shout out to Follow too. I love having Follow. That way I can record, you know, the movies, and we could watch them on demand anytime. Yes, a lot of commercials, but it is what it is. We can watch them on demand, so we'll figure out what's the newest. It'll say new up there. We'll click the new one and watch the new one on our own time on Sunday morning. So we'll watch at least 1 to 2 a day, and then start doing other things throughout the day. So big shout out to Lifetime Movie Network. and Lifetime. We love those movies. Like I said, they're putting a lot of more black people on the movies, which is great because we love Lifetime movies. It's not always about white people and this and that. We want to see some people of color, you know, and it's good, you know. That's why what moves me to Tubi. I'm going to be doing a lot of Tubi reviews on here too. I know people talk junk about Tubi. Oh, they do all the low budget movies, which I am a videographer myself at heart, so low budget movies, I get it. They're not the best, but people don't have big giant budgets. And I always tell people this. People don't have always big time budgets, so at least check out their story and see if it's worth watching. If you get 10 minutes through and you don't like it, cut the shit off. Don't even worry about it, you know? But I respect the low budget and independent movie makers. Let's support these people, folks. They're trying to tell stories too. Everybody doesn't have $10 million on a budget for a movie. Everybody can't do the Hollywood shit. Motherfuckers gotta make movies how they wanna make movies. And they gotta be able to do it how they can do it and what they can afford. As long as the story's good and as long as their audio is good, I can get away with a few visual fuck ups. But if your audio is good, we in the money. So big shout out to all my independents and big shout out to Tubi, man. I love Tubi too. So you're gonna see me doing it, and especially big shout out to my man Christopher B. Stokes, the writer, and my man Marcus Houston. They've been doing a great job with a lot of movies that have been coming out on Tubi. So big shout out to Lifetime Movie Network. Big shout out to Tubi, #1. Love it over the years. Doing great things. Whoever owns it and whoever's running it, hey, big shout out to y'all because y'all definitely showcasing a lot of independent talent out there. So anyway, we're going to get into this movie now, and it's called, let's see, let's go into my notes here. This movie is called Picture Perfect Sister-in-Law. Yes, Picture Perfect Sister-in-Law. 2026, it came out, I'm not sure, sometime in March, I think, beginning of April maybe. I don't know the exact time, but it came out. It's a pretty recent movie. And the stars on here is Lisa Wall, A.M. Harper, Alec Adams, Riley Hugh, Chrissy Notes, Roy Coulter, and Eddie Davenport. Those are some of the main stars on the movie. And let me say you this, juicy movie. So if you love Lifetime movies, this is a good one. Not my favorite. I'll give you my rating towards the end. Not my favorite, and it doesn't, you know, it doesn't string high on the 5-star list. Don't get me wrong, it's a pretty good movie, but it is worth a look. And it's basically about a journalist who put away a killer a few years prior, and now she's like a educational teacher on I guess killers and stuff like that. She teaches. She's a former journalist, like I say, and she was able to put away a killer that tried to kill her. At the beginning, so let's start at the beginning. At the beginning, like I say, it's the usual, typical. These type of movies usually it shows a little bit at the beginning to give you a synopsis of the story, if I'm even saying that right. At the beginning, it gives you a little idea of what's going on. Usually it's either somebody getting killed or somebody getting fucked up, one or two. So this one, she was on a carousel, like the little horsey things that run around at the playground things. I don't know, it seemed like it was nighttime. Carousel, dude comes from behind. She must have been looking for somebody. She must have been looking for him. He comes from behind, snatches her up, tries to kill her. She actually gets away, and boom, the movie starts. And she's teaching, and she's out there, you know, talking to people about killers and you know, being a journalist and stuff like that. So that's how the movie starts. Pretty good quality, of course. Most of the Lifetime movies are really good quality, so you don't never have to worry about that. But so she's doing that, and she has a brother. I forgot his name in the movie, but he's you know, he's married, so she has a sister-in-law, and her sister-in-law, to me, when it first starts off and it gets a little bit into about 10-15 minutes in, the sister already is kind of acting funny. The brother, he's pretty cool. He seems like he's pretty dingy, like he doesn't really know what's going to happen or what's going on. So you know, later on in the movie, it kind of gets a little extra. Things start happening, like the carousel thing. If you remember what I said, if you haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to tell everything, but the carousel, she starts getting a little mysterious. The journalist, her name is Parker Beaufort or Buford or something like that. I know her name is Parker. Everybody calls her Parker. And she starts to get a little scared because things start happening randomly. I think somebody if I'm not mistaken, somebody threw a football in her window, if I'm not mistaken, if I can remember the movie right. But little things start happening, she's sleeping and she start hearing some shit and this and that and the other, and she gets to the house, it's a gift box, and they're like, wait, what the hell is this? And it's a carousel, and she's like, oh hell, the killer, he's locked up, but how in the hell is he still fucking with me? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna tell the whole entire movie, but little things start happening, typical Lmn. Little things start happening, so she's thinking the killer has somebody that's copying him, trying to get to her. All right, so now we get to the point where, like I said, these little mysterious things started happening, getting little carousels in the gift box, and a couple of other little small mysterious things start happening, and she's scared. It's something going on with her sister-in-law. Like her brother was saying, that her and the sister-in-law didn't get along at first. Now they're thick as thieves, I guess you want to say. And he's like, hey, I'm the third wheel now. So while these mysterious things start happening, she starts to contact her ex-boyfriend, which is a cop. And he's part of the local sheriff's department. And he's looking into, the things that happen. And everybody's pretty much like, look, don't bring this up again with the dude, the killer dude, he's in prison and this and that. She's like, nah, something ain't right, something's happening. So, but let me tell you about the cop dude. This guy looks like Lorenz Tate. Oh my goodness, he looks like Lorenz Tate. I gotta take a sip on that one, y'all. So ladies, if you love Lorenz Tate, this guy look like he could be Lorenz Tate's son. Just my personal opinion. Got that really young look. Lorenz Tate, he could be 100 and still look like he's 25. He like Nas. He could just look like a baby and be 100. But anyway, so he's pretty cool though. They don't really give much detail in their relationship. When I was looking for that, I was like, oh, okay, this ex-boyfriend, because I know her brother was like, oh, such and such, I forgot his name in the movie, but her brother was like, oh, not him. And she was like, yeah, I went to him for help and this and that. So he does a little bit of investigation. So keep on going and keep on going. Now, after his investigation, he finds out little ins and outs. And of course, random stuff happens. She's scared. And throughout the movie, her sister-in-law just keeps acting funny. And like I said, her brother just acts like he's dumb. Like he's just duh. He's not like super goofy, but he's got the goofy vibes. I don't know. I just felt goofy vibes with this guy. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. And also, just to give a little story of the characters, I'll say she's Parker. She's the investigative journalist. Used to be, I guess. And her brother and sister-in-law. They also have 2 kids, a boy and a girl. Little bad little fuckers. Yeah. Very beautiful children. Don't get me wrong. Bad little fuckers, though. But anyway, and also Parker has a dude that she's seeing. Pretty good looking dude. They go out sometimes. He seems a little goofy too, but eventually he starts asking some questions that make him seem suspect too. So these type of movies, everybody's a suspect. So that's what I do like about these movies is you never know who is actually doing what. So more things start happening, which I'm not going to tell every little detail, but more mysterious things start happening. So it becomes a cat and mouse chase thing. And Parker's like, look, I need to go see dude in prison. Her ex-boyfriend told her, you don't need to do that, but she went and saw the motherfucker anyway. I don't know how the fuck she got on the I want to see you list. I don't know what kind of pull she got, but hey, she went on the I want to see you list, and she went and saw him. And he was pretty much not saying too much. He pretty much was like, hey, yeah, I think about you all the time. I think about our time together. Yeah, I hope you think about me all the time, because yeah, being that I'm in here, I can't get you like I want, but I'm gonna get you and this and that. And and the highlight of the movie to me, maybe because my mind is twisted, but the highlight of the movie, the highlight paragraph or phrase, no, not paragraph, phrase, is he was, matter of fact, if I can, I could put that little piece in there. And he was like, you bitch. It was something he said before the bitch, but it was just crazy how he did it, and they pulled him out of there. And I was like, well, damn, he really want to kill this bitch. So it was pretty wild. You know what I'm saying? So she did go see the killer that she put in prison, and still more things are happening, you know. And then another thing is they had a next door neighbor. He was pretty cool, older guy, or I guess he must have had a lemon tree. And since the beginning, you'll see a little bit of him at the beginning, and for some reason things start happening, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm a man with the lemon. He was giving out lemons. I'm like, damn, wish I was there to get them lemons, dude. Can I get some lemons? And he was offering lemons, next door neighbor, and as soon as you know, poof, he done committed or fell down the steps or committed suicide or whatever they were trying to say. It's like, all of a sudden, but he started asking too many questions. And as you all know, you know how that happens in these movies. So, not to tell it all, but just wanted to say, you gotta look at like, wait a minute. Sometimes you gotta look right at home for what the hell is going on. And more things keep happening. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. And also, like I say, she recovers from her ex. His name is Jesse, if I'm not mistaken, the cop. But, you know, they pretty cool. And he helps her in any kind of way. But you could tell he still is in love with her. You could tell that. And then she also said, Parker, the investigative reporter chick, she started saying that she kept getting letters from the killer. And when she went to go see him in prison, a lot of things that was happening mysteriously, he really didn't even mention. He just mentioned his own little fantasies of her. So she's looking like it can't be him sending somebody, because a lot of things that she was going through, he didn't even mention. So is it just mind play? We don't know. Is it just mind play? We don't know. But it's a pretty good movie. And once it gets towards the it's about 3/4 to the end, you start seeing more things happen. So it is very suspenseful. I thought this movie did keep you on your toes. Everybody's acting was pretty on point. Like I said, I didn't too much care for the brother. He was a little goofy. The dude she was seeing was a little goofy. I think the ex-boyfriend, the cop, he was okay. And other characters in the movie that came in and out, I mean, they did their thing. But Parker, she really did her thing. And she kept you on your toes because she was not giving up. She was going to find out what the fuck was going on and why somebody was fucking with her. But like I say, you got to look at home. You got to look at the people that's closest to you, because her sister-in-law just keeps on acting. It's like the more the movie went on, the more the sister-in-law started acting more and more funny. It's like, dude, you know? So not to kill the story or anything like that, not to kill the ending, you have to watch it yourself. But overall, it was a pretty good Lifetime movie. I did enjoy it. So it will keep you on your toes. You got to watch it all the way through. If you got Lifetime Movie Club, that'll be even better. That way you can see it with no commercials whenever it's added to their weekly add-ons on Lifetime Movie Club. But it was really a good movie. I say it was called Picture Perfect Sister-in-Law. So of course, this boils down to the sister-in-law not giving up the ending or anything like that. But put it like this, the sister-in-law could be, she may be, you know, the one that's maybe a little jealous, maybe a little crazy, maybe, or could not be. So we'll let y'all figure out the end. You know what I'm saying? But this is DJ Spaderock, and this is my Movies and a Sandwich. And to top it off for this first episode, I have to tell you my favorite sandwich, and this is what I made when I watched this movie. And of course, it's one of the South's favorite, which is one of my favorites. I grew up with it, even in New York. I'm from New York, and I moved down to the South in the 90s. And this is one of my favorite sandwiches, and it's called the famous fried bologna sandwiches. Get your 2 pieces of toast, mayonnaise on the top, mustard on the bottom, and specifically I like spicy mustard. That's just my thing. Fried bologna, cut it in 4 slits in it. Fry that thing real good with maybe a little bit of butter. Get them crispy edges going on. Get you some lettuce and some maters, a little bit of lettuce, And me personally, this is my little secret. I sprinkle a little bit of Mrs. Dash onto that jammy. Hit that thing, cut that thing, and eat that thing with some chips and a pickle. That's my joint. That's what I eat when I watch Lifetime Movie Network. Next time, I will come with another Spaderock favorite sandwich. I know y'all probably like, why is he talking about sandwiches? Because that's just me. It's not sandwiches. It's sandwich. This is DJ Spaderock, y'all, and this is my movies and a sandwich. First episode. Hope to see y'all on the next episode, and we're going to review another movie. The next one is going to be from Tubi, one of my favorite apps, one of my favorite channels, Tubi, and we're going to talk about one of the best movies I saw. It's going to be either on my top tier list, it might be on my bottom list. We don't know. We'll figure it out. But hey, there's some personal stuff. I'm doing this for y'all, giving y'all my opinion on certain things. So y'all, we'll see y'all on the next go around. All right, peace.